Hey, kia ora te whānau, Marky here with another short video on retroactive jealousy, or another term that I'm going to start using for retroactive jealousy is a term that I've only come across today. Po raruraru. Po raruraru, which is a Maori term, which means the things that trouble you at night, literally. That's the literal translation. So that's kind of sounds pretty good for retroactive jealousy to me. And there's a waiata, which is a Maori song called Pure Ne, which is all about cleansing and removing troublesome thoughts, which I'm going to put on the website, I think, because it's a lovely song actually. The words are great in Te Reo Māori and they're great in English as well. The sentiment of it, and it's a really nice, inspiring song all about purification and the winds blowing things away and the rain washing things away. So po raruraru. What I want to talk about today though, aside from po raruraru, is why do retroactive jealousy partners, or the partners of retroactive jealousy sufferers, sometimes lie? Or if they don't lie, why do they sugarcoat or put a spin on their accounts or their answers to questions? You know, why do they sometimes be, maybe a little bit hazy, a little bit sketchy, a little bit evasive, a little bit economical with the truth? Okay, because that's something that bothers a lot of people with RJ. I've seen posts on some of the fora. By the way, I use the word fora because I'm pedantic, and that's the kind of, for me, that's the proper plural of forum. So I don't say, to say forums for me is like pain. It's like being beaten. So I say forum, but the trouble is nobody knows what I'm talking about, because people. It's not that I kind of grew up with Latin or anything, but so stadium should be stadia. So if you're interested in my pedantry, check out my other videos on how to talk proper, or the Mark demystifies the art of elegant speech, I think is how I phrase it. But before I go off on any more wild tangents, I'm going to bring myself violently back to the subject. Why do partners do this? This is quite often it's mentioned on a forum or two. And it drives people mad. And also I did another video a while back, which if you're a follower of RJ videos, you might have missed, because it wasn't kind of titled with a strong emphasis on retroactive jealousy, but I did a part of the Psych Song series about a Black Sabbath song called St. Vitus Dance, which I think is about retroactive jealousy. And it's one of the lines is, you feel your nerves start shattering, you feel you want to die, all because the one mistake of telling you a lie. So I think it's about a retroactive jealousy sufferer whose partner has told them a lie. Okay. So, really, it's a no-brainer, really, the answer to this question. It's not so much that, you probably figure this one out for yourself, really, but I think it's just worthy of some thought, really. That often partners of people with retroactive jealousy feel so pressured and so weary and so ashamed and so blamed and so harangued and so beaten down by the constant questions, and want to know every detail, and also, one of the things that people that don't suffer from retroactive jealousy is they don't remember the details. People with retroactive jealousy, one of the things, there's another video on this, what kind of person suffers with RJ. They tend to over-romanticize relationships and over-romanticize sex, so every little detail is kind of significant. But most people aren't like that. They don't remember the details of the sex life that they had with a particular boyfriend back in the 1980s. They just don't, they just don't remember it. But the RJ person says, you must remember, you must know, did you do oral sex or didn't you? Did you do anal sex or didn't you? Did you dress up as in a pumpkin costume? All that kind of stuff is deadly important to the person with RJ, but the person, the person that doesn't have it, the partner, is just like, what? So in the end, they're going to be walking on eggshells. They're going to be terrified of, every little thing that they say and do. So, sooner or later, they're probably going to fob you off or lie. If you're lucky, you'll have a partner who says, look, I'm not going to answer your questions anymore. This isn't important. This is all to do with, an illness. I'm not going to, feed this fire that you're burning. But not everybody's that assertive. Not everybody's that strong. Often people feel pressured to answer questions, and they do answer questions, and they just do whatever will kind of calm you down and get you off the back. So they'll play things down. They will. Maybe in kind of quite subtle ways, people with retroactive jealousy get very hung up about how many times something happened or where it happened or this kind of thing. So they'll kind of they'll massage the figures a little bit. Can you blame them? So if your partner does this, if you suffer from retroactive jealousy and your partner is doing this, this is a reaction to what you are doing. This is part of the sickness. Disease is interesting with. I've got background in addiction, and one of the phrases is often used, usually around alcoholism. Alcoholism is a family disease because it affects everybody in the family. It doesn't just affect the alcoholic, it affects the alcoholic's spouse, it affects the alcoholic's children, it affects the alcoholic's parents. Everybody ends up kind of playing games, playing different roles, getting caught in strange dynamics around that. And I think, this is one of the things that, a retroactive jealousy doth not suffer alone. The partner is drawn into that. It's very difficult for them not to respond in one way or another. It's not easy to ignore an RJ partner. So, you're going to respond in some way. And sometimes that response will probably be quite angry. Sometimes, they might, really let you have it. They might give you a really hard time. The response is going to vary from ignoring you, trying to change the subject, tiptoeing around you, to telling lies, to sugarcoating things, all that kind of thing. So this all originates from your illness, and it is an illness. Okay, so none of this information matters. The golden rule of retroactive jealousy is to stop asking questions. If you stop asking questions, then your partner doesn't have to tell you any lies. Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies, and I'll leave on that. Rangi Mari.